Just keep your eyes closed, please. As you continue to sit down quietly, you can see for yourself your body is seated quietly. No limbs can have their own movement. Hands folded and kept on your lap. Legs folded. Body sitting down straight. By itself, it cannot initiate any movement. And your mouth closed. No speech can come out of it. The moment you make your body to sit down in one place, automatically all the actions and speeches come to standstill. There is no physical action, even though sitting down in one place by itself also is an action. No speech of any kind. That time you can clearly see all the movements in the realm of your thoughts. And all those thoughts you are conscious of. The more and more conscious you are, and observe your thoughts, be conscious. You discover for yourself these thoughts are just suggestions floating, appearing, disappearing. And the thoughts do not have the strength to push you into any activity. It is like a stubborn man sitting down from outside, 10 or 15 people, continuously goading him to act, to say something, to do something. The person totally unmindful, can't escape listening to people, but himself doesn't do anything. Same thing can happen within. Your thoughts, each thought as though has a personality. Some about sounds, some about touches, some thoughts about sights, sounds, smells, emotions, sensations, memories. Each thought seems to have a personality. They go on talking, appearing, disappearing. But you can be yourself, the awareness, gentle, universal presence, awareness. In which the thoughts appear. Only the thinker, the I, can be pushed around by a thought. Awareness accommodates them all. The thoughts indeed can never push. The I unconsciously feels pushed. When you are conscious, and be yourself, the thoughts can never touch you. In case they touch you, there can be 4 types of doers, depending on the types of thought or the attitude that you have. You are always the consciousness. You are conscious of yourself, happy with yourself, but act to keep yourself alive and help others to be alive. You are a Brahmana Karta. In case certain times there is a sense of creative agitation, very restless, but for the sake of others, you are a Kshatriya Karta. A leader, a protector. Who acts for others' sake. There is a sense of agitation. Awareness accommodates them all. Then some other time, you are very restless and acting for your sake. That time you are a Vaishya, selfish action. You are acting, but more to protect your interest. It doesn't matter if others are affected or cheated. You are a Vaishya Karta. And certain time, coming under the spell of thoughts and working for your own sustenance and procreation. Almost like an animal. To live and to procreate are the main purpose of life. the ideals of living for one's own self and others, being happy with one's own self, or even the crude selfishness of a Vaishya, a businessman, do not exist. Just struggling for life, survival of your own and of the species. Just see the moods, so many varieties of thoughts. Each one of us, depending on the type of thought, can be sometimes a Brahmana, or a Kshatriya, or a Vaishya, or a Shudra. A very conscious actor, acting for others' sake, unconsciously, only for your own sake. Observe, see for yourself, where do you belong? Certain moments you are very conscious, a very conscious actor, contented with yourself and living for others. If that is how you are, always in meditation, one with God, the totality, janma karma cha me divyam, evam yo vetti tattvataha, tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sarjuna. You know Ishvara, janma karma divyam, always aware of himself, his vibhuti, his glory, one with everything. One is thus aware of the totality, the macrocosm, of which your body is an inseparable part. And you stand as the awareness that you are. When this body is given up, there is no rebirth, never born to be reborn, always ajaha, nityaha, saswata, unborn, eternal, always one with God. Yet sometimes you can very rajasic, in a sense, thought seems to push, but for others' sake. A kshatriya, a leader. Some are very restless, only for personal gratification. Vaishya, like a businessman. And some other, Ghor tamas, no higher purpose of existence, but lust in the food and pleasure, sustenance and procreation. All these possibilities are in all of us, beginning from the divine, absolute to relative identities, being the noblest of the person and the crudest, a very crude animal, helpless being. Each one of us can swing from finite to infinity, noblest to vilest. All possibilities are there. The beauty here is not to condemn yourself to a particular state, a mood, a thought, either to a superior or inferior standpoint. We are all one and the same, like Ishvara. Always one, He alone is existing. You may say, from his mouth comes Brahmana, from the hands, the arms comes the Kshatriya, from the thighs the Vaishya, from the leg the Shudras. It is all one and the same. There is no high and low in one's own body, no superior and inferior in a body. That principle must be extended to life. Somebody after the classes suggested a very nice idea. The same principle can be extended to all fields, not only your body and organization, your family, your country, your establishments, organizations, where everybody is basically one and the same. The head, the thinking facility is not superior to the legs. You may have all thoughts, no execution, meaningless. You have all strength, no direction, again unproductive, meaningless. Each one does his job. Sometimes you can think, sometimes you can act. That flexibility is in human beings. A tiger is a tiger all the time. A lion is a lion. A tree is a tree. They cannot change. Human beings are not condemned to one state. Absolute flexibility. You see it in the world. The most sensitive can be insensitive at times. Very calm personality explodes like an volcano. A criminal, sometimes so compassionate. a loving person, sometimes terribly dangerous. You cannot just brand, typify or classify a person forever. Changes, moods, personalities can go on changing. Be the self, the awareness. Use your thoughts. And act on in life without condemning yourself to a state or branding people for one action and then keeping them there forever. Nobody is always an angry man or always kind. But you can be always, not can be, but you are always the truth, the absolute. In that there is no change. And all your emotions, actions are touched by this presence, absolute awareness that you are. Suddenly, every action, worship, every experience, meditation, divyam karma, every action, divine, godly. Yadyat karma karomi tattadakhilam shambho tavaradhanam. O Lord, whatever action I do, tava aradhanam, your worship, as you are with yourself. So see that for yourself. Be yourself and consciously choose all your thoughts and act on, always in meditation. Vedishangavadakramopanishade yanavastita tadgatena manasa shandiyam yasyantam navidasura tasmai. See these things, please, and read these verses, verse number 12 onwards, please read. Kankshantah karmanam siddhim yajanta yadevatam kshipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmajam saturvarnam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagasah tasya kartaramapi mam vidhya kartaramabhyayam namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spruha iti mam yo vijanati karma virna savadhyate namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spruha iti mam yo vijanati karma virna savadhyate. So please see that how according to your thoughts and action, there can be 4 different types of people. It is not a classification as we see prevalent in the society where the person is condemned to a caste. Kangshantam karmanam siddhim yajanta ihadevata kshipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. Manushya loke, in the human world, karmaja siddhi kshipram bhavati. People get the result of action very, very quickly. As they act, the result comes. And why do people act? Siddhim kankshanta. Kankshanta karmanam siddhim. Ya devata yajante. Desirous of result of action, people do worship different devatas or undertake different types of actions. So action is something human, something natural. But what type of actors you are? 4 types of actor. You can say that way. Depending on the guna, sometimes you are a Brahmana, sometimes you are a Kshatriya, sometimes you are a Vaishya, sometimes you are a Shudra. Brahmana is not selfless. One who is selfless is a Brahmana. That conditioning has to be beaten, because it is so deep into our system, especially in Indian context, growing up in a society where there is total division according to the birth. Just like in other countries, there can be very, very serious flaw where people are divided by the color of the skin. Somebody is white, somebody is black, somebody is yellow, somebody is brown. So there is a color prejudice, just like there is a color prejudice. A person is a person. Because of the color, somebody does not become a better or lesser. Just like animals. If you look at the bear, there are white polar bear, absolutely white. There is black bear in India and hot countries. Then also there is brown bear, like a grizzly also, even a smaller brown bear also there. There are black, there are brown, there are white, polar bear. It's a bear, it's a family. There is no different type of, just because of the color, the bear doesn't change. It's a bhalu, it's an animal species. But different types of colors. That is very gross classification. Same thing if you say by birth somebody is a Brahmana or a Kshatriya or a Vaishya Shudra, it is much more heinous, much more. It's also equally gross or more. Because you are attributing a mind, a mental accomplishment or the moods of the mind according to the birth of the person. It's like just because you are born to a doctor, can you be a doctor? The engineering, medicine, law, chartered accountancy, dancing, music, art, painting, these are all mental accomplishment. Body, through the body it passes. The painter is one who sees the painting inside. The body does the job. Hands and legs only do the job. But the thought originates from within. So because of an action, understand, because of an action, just because of the presence of the body born in a particular family, you cannot attribute that mental accomplishment to him. The son of an engineer is not an engineer. Son of a lawyer is not a lawyer. Son of a criminal is not a criminal. Son of a nobleman need not be a noble person. Understand? The son of a noble person need not be a noble person. It's all divisions of the mind. Guna vibhaga. That is why so beautifully says. Why yesterday we saw it elaborately and today I am telling you because it's a very strong conditioning. What is the strong conditioning? Where the I, not being aware of itself, just like it has identified with the body, I'm a man, and it can feel superior to a woman. What can feel? People do feel superior. I'm a man. Oh, I'm a helpless woman. So by chance you see a strong woman, you think is unnatural. Oh, she is so, stupid. Huh? And if a man is crying, hey, a few minutes. Just think of it. Identification becomes so easy. The body is young, I am young. Body is old, I am old. So the body is born in a family and the person considers himself, I am that. Whereas in reality, we saw in Vivek Chudamani, Jati Niti Kula Gotra Duragam Nama Rupa Guna Dosha Varjitam Desha Kala Vishayati Vartiyate Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani. Brahma Tattvamasi iti Atmani Bhavaya. May you see, think in yourself, Tat Brahma Tattvamasi. You are the Brahman, the absolute all-pervasive, which is Jati, Niti, Kula, Gotra, Duragam. Far away from the considerations of Jati, the birth, the guna, the qualities, Gotra, family, whatever it is. All these considerations do not touch you. Nama Rupa Guna Dosha Varjitam. Free from the limitations of name, form, quality, nothing ever touches him. Deshakala Vishaya Ativartiyat Brahma. That existing which is beyond time and space, meaning existing at all times, all places, that indeed is yourself. Even after knowing this, sometimes you see so much of craziness, especially naturally in Indian society. Sometimes they say, Brahmana sannyasi, Shudra sannyasi. Sannyasi has no caste. Kshatriya sannyasi. Nonsense. It is so deep, deep, deep goes into the people's head. Like black and white, green and red, red and brown and yellow. Your personalities, colors, just like a color prejudice. You are prejudiced by your birth. And it's very, very deep. Think for yourself. And that remains with yourself. You are prejudiced with a role. I am an ordinary man. I am a mortal. Long before you are aware of who you are, how can you already condemn yourself to a role? First you must know who you are. Then only we shall talk about your helplessness or we shall talk about your strength. But first you know who you are. Why are you attributing the limitation of a role onto yourself? Same thing, guna. Every individual has got these moods. Certain times you are sattva pradhana, raja upasarjan. Very happy with yourself, contented with yourself. In the beginning stage, like a mood goes on changing. Sometimes very kind, very nice, very smiling. Certain other time, very angry, very selfish, very self-centered. The moment you see this possibility, that is when you are aware of yourself, now you become changeless. Always happy, contented with yourself, but acting for the sake of others. Literally, Brahma janatiti Brahmana. So such a person only is a Brahmana. Brahma janati, one who knows the truth of himself. That is, a Brahmana is not a caste. Lawyer is not a caste. Lawyer is a mind, knows the law. Brahmana is a mind. Kshatriya also is a mind. Vaishya also is a mind. It's not a physical division. However much you tell, go and tell in the society. How many people will accept it? There can be war in the name, the caste war. That is what you see reported from time to time. This man was not left inside the temple. Because the person who goes into the temple, even now you shall see, even though constitutionally, everybody has the right to get into any place. Nobody can be prevented from entering into a temple because of a particular caste or creed or some sex or race. But still it is practiced. At the same time, the religious person who prevents the religious orthodoxy, which prevents other people from getting into a temple, shall highlight the glory of the God, how the God accepted everybody. This is so ridiculous. In Puri Jagannath temple, you shall see that. Beautiful. And they say, oh, He is the God of all the divisions, every type of person, everything. But the person who is supposed to be condemned by a caste cannot enter there. Of course, who is knowing whom? By chance somebody goes in also, nobody will problem, nobody will find it out. But the story goes there. There was a person who was not allowed. And then he sent a coconut through another person, that because he can't get in, he said, please take it and give it to God. This person shows the coconut and says, God, this man has given. The story, the legend continues. An invisible hand receives it. You have coconut disappears from his hand to the place of God. Should that not send a message that if he accepts his coconut, that person is accepted? No, you will tell that to glorify the God, but the person shall be left out. How? God is great, that He accepts everybody. So you are? If He accepts everybody, what about you? Understand? Is there anything other than Him? That is the difficulty in imprisoning God in one structure. The moment you do that, then only access rejection. Somebody can go, somebody cannot go in. If it's everywhere, you make one place holy, other places unholy. You can do so to facilitate for the people to remember that he is not only here, he is everywhere. But there can be also the other side effect. That is why you have to be so conscious. It's like people organize a religious festival at home. Why? So that everything shall be peaceful, God's grace, everything shall be calm, quiet, peaceful. Now to organize that festival, you create such tension in the family that by the time the festival is over, there is enmity. I tell you, don't come into this room. Why did you come in? Leave your shoes outside. Did you have a bath? Why are you lifting everything on the left side, left hand? By the time the function is over, enmity is created. It is all organized for harmony. Just see that. It's like people trying to, let's organize a picnic. So, we can have family atmosphere, we will be bonding with each other. Then begins. I told you, get up at 7 o'clock. What is now? It's 8. You are not ready. Why did you fill up the petrol? Again, you have to stop on the road. I told you to put the pack in the room, in the car, so that children can reach it. You are packing in the back, in the boot. What is the idea? By the time the picnic has started, there is a World War III. No, please see that, friends. Divisions according to the thoughts shall be always there. So, a Brahmana doesn't live for others. One who lives for others, happy with himself, very sattvic, calm, quiet disposition, settled, contented, secured with himself. Yet opens his mouth forward, just sharing these thoughts. Actions minimal for sustenance. Bas. Or he can do every action also. It doesn't matter. To a free person, what should we say? But at no time he does it for his sake. Kshatriya, very much protecting somebody. He's sacrificing his life. That much also it can go. One who does like that is a Kshatriya. Today, these two classes don't exist in the world. Very rare people. That is why genuine leader are not there. Brahmana means it must be a wise man. Brahma janati, the Brahmana knows the truth for himself and literally falling in harmony of the universe. There is no exploitation of any kind. Acceptance of everybody as they are. Kshatriya also happy with himself, working for others. But he is protecting others. Doesn't matter himself is destroyed in the process, like a soldier. You can say like a Kshatriya. But then there are various nuances, you can say that. Today we see politicians are Kshatriya. No. You are occupying a position to further your own interest. Every politician today is a Vaishya. That's not Rajaniti, it's a Vaishyaniti. There is no politics for others' sake. Because every position is exploited for my sake or my family's sake. Amongst them may be somebody who shall be genuine also. Understand? Even the teaching, if religious teaching extracts a price it becomes a Vaishya. Understand? I do it so that recognition will come. I do it so that I can be rich. So he is literally selling the knowledge. Even the religious knowledge also can be sold. That is why they are Vaishya. Understand? You are selling tactics. What are you doing? You are selling so many tricks. You are selling so many tricks. It's like going to a massage parlor. Only massage, this much. With oil massage, this much. Hot oil massage, this much. Huh? Full body massage, this much. Only foot, this much. Different tricks. Something also. Only Ditya Puja, Sayantaram Puja, the early morning worship only 20 rupees. Evening Puja, Sayantaram together also 30 rupees. If it is for 1 week, this much. If it is for the Purnima Puja, this much. God fixes these rates, right? Unless you pay that, the God is not going to receive your things. Or stand on your head, this much. 1 day training, this much. If what is this? Yes, if you collect the funds for what? Sustenance, for somebody is coming, so he has to stay for your food and accommodation, give it. But knowledge don't charge, but this knowledge, this much of money. Huh? Especially when you give a public program. Why do I say it always again? And this is a tradition. Go and give the talk. How? Just talk. Why the breeze blows? Why the sun shines? It's not yours. It's natural. You are discussing, you are describing your glory, which happens to be glory of everybody. Just talk about it. Let everybody get it. Yes, in the process, today we are in a world, we can't travel without money. You can't do things without money. Then at the end, okay, do something about it. Whoever feels like. Yes, there shall be people who shall be least interested. It doesn't matter. That is why the tradition is Guru Dakshina. Guru Dakshina means at the end of it, you pay voluntarily. A king pays like a king. Proper pays like a papa. There is no comparison. Don't say, why that fellow gave 5 rupees? Why don't you ask why that other fellow gave 5 lakhs rupees? You completely forget. That is why this knowledge cannot be sold, should not be sold. Everybody should be just like sunlight is not denied to anybody. The best things of life comes free. The sunlight comes free, air comes free, water comes free. Everything comes free unless you pollute it. Air is polluted, so oxygen mask, you carry an oxygen cylinder. Water is polluted, so purchase in a bottle. It's become so rare. Knowledge also must be absolutely free. Everybody receives it. So at no time, anyway, put the cart before the horse. Don't first divide the people, is a Brahmana, is a Vaishya, is a Kshatriya, is a Sudra. No. First according to their guna as well as according to the karma. Not by birth. It is not jati, janma, not guna karma vibhagasa, not janma vibhaga. Are you getting that? Never by birth, but by guna and karma. The celebrated example, you have known that. Shankara himself, that Manisha Panchakam, Shankara himself, having a bath, going from the Ganges. Then he sees a man coming with 2 dogs, and he says, Gacha, gacha, go away. Then this Chandala asks the question, Annamayat annamayam, athava chaitanyava chaitanyat duri kartum vanchasi dvijavara kimbruhi gacha gachedi. Hey Dvijavara Brahmana Sreshta, you are talking, consider yourself a Dvija, very high caste and all that. Kim bruhi? What are you talking? Gacha gacheti? Go, go, go? Nupo? Huh? Huh? Gacha gacheti? You go, you go. Right? Why is so? Who shall go from whom? See, that person supposed to be a Chandala, untouchable, Paraya. And he challenges Shankara. You say, go, go. Who shall go from whom? Annamaya, Tannamayam. This body is made out of food, that body is made out of food. Shall the food move from food? Not necessary. If this is food, that is food. Athava Chaitanya eva Chaitanya, Chaitanya Vigraha. As much I am the consciousness, that much you are consciousness. There you cannot move, because already one. From body you need not move, because same food, same food. So who shall go away from whom? Untouchable. Gacha gacheti brui. You are talking. That was as though not enough to adding the insult to injury, as they say. Gives an example. To an intelligent person, you don't give examples. You say one statement, the fellow grasps. To the same fellow, if you tell 20 examples, enough, I understand. To an intelligent person, you don't repeat anything. So what he says? Kinganga mani bimbitembaramano chandala vati paya pure vantaramasti kanchana ghati mrutkumbayo vammare. Gangambani ambaramanayoho. Ambaramani, the sun. Sun is reflected in the Ganges water. Chandala vati paya. In the house of a cobbler who deals with all the leather, the water is dirty. Now the sun does not withdraw his reflection. Because, oh, this is dirty water in the Chandala's house. This is Ganges water, I will reflect. Here I will not. Does he do that? The space, Kanchanagati, whether it is a Mrutkumba, a pot made out of clay, or it is a pot made out of gold, does the space say gold pot? Okay. Mud pot? So, what are you telling? Go, go, go. You understand? That means what? That person, you can be knowledgeable, but you have chosen to do this shoemaking. What is wrong? Because somebody has to do that job, right? Somebody has to do that job. Somebody has to drive. Everybody is a hero. Who will be the side actor? Think. Everybody is hero. Everybody wants to be protagonist. Now where is the other role? Who will play the other role? Everybody wants to be guru. So who is the disciple? Long before you become a disciple, now everybody wants to become a guru. That is the trouble. I shall serve the food. But what about cooking? What about cutting the vegetable? Oh, I shall cook. What about cutting vegetable? You shall cook, but where is the food to cook? So somebody has to cook, somebody has to produce, somebody has to collect, somebody has to cut. Then all can eat. There is no eating people. There are some people only to eat. Is there any such people? You should participate in somewhere. Then you can eat with everybody. But eating, sitting down and eating, simply sitting sadhu, doing nothing but food time, first plate. Yes, that person can be food prime first plate. If he is also doing something, his job is maybe in computer, his job is maybe he is climbing a mountain, or he is digging a hole somewhere, but he must be given. So not necessarily he is not kitchen, but food must be given, because for the kitchen to run he is doing so many things. So everybody has a place. Who is superior? Who is inferior? Which role is better? Which role is smaller? You understand? Shankara sat down. He said, this is the vision. Chandalastu saduddijostu gururiti esha manisha mama. Esha mama manisha. This is my conviction. Such a person, in what a life, whatever the life may be, he is worshipping a god or is cleaning a piece of leather. He is cultivating paddy or is painting something, ruling a kingdom or running errands. Guru iti. He is a wise one. In wisdom there is a difference. That is why there is no question. That is the dignity of labor. Whatever comes across you, you do it. Why? Because it has to be done. Like the example I was telling you, in the physical body, I am the body. So which is my better part of my body? My leg, my foot, or my brain? My thighs or my hand? Everything is me. Everything is me. Superior, inferior. If the leg stops doing his job, I have a bloated brain. If the brain stops doing its job, what's the idea of a body? Any part of the body stops doing its job, the whole body shall be affected. The sense of superiority, inferiority, which you cannot escape because of the functional roles. At certain times a person is driver, is definitely more responsible. But sometimes everybody has a responsibility. A pilot is flying, but on the cabin, suppose 4 people start fighting, what will happen? Somebody is carrying a bomb. So everybody has a responsibility. For the plane to take off, everybody, hundreds of people are involved. Even a person who is loading the luggage can put a bomb inside and throw it and destroy. Anybody. But today's, that is why you have to get out of the sense of superiority and inferiority. And especially I see it in the sadhus, ritual, in the students. What happens? Until today, studying brahmachari. Puts on an ochre cloth, finished. Thereafter, serving. Food must be served. Why can't you pick up? Why can't you wash your own thing? No, served. The sense of superiority. Everybody must touch my foot. Now, I'm in this cloth. They don't even say namaskar to us, Huh? Why? Why must somebody should namaskar? Why can't you reach? That is Rama. Rama, when he talked about it, beautiful. In Ramayana it comes. For Maryada Purusha, the person who lives his life with beautiful principles, Purvavasi, is known as, Rama is described as Purvavashi. Purvavashi means before somebody greets him, he speaks to him. You make the person feel comfortable. Whether the person, you are maybe very respected person, but the person may not know how to greet you. So before, hey, how are you? Before he even greets you. So that little moment of embarrassment goes away. If you are waiting to be greeted, then only to speak, then you will be waiting. Is he going to speak? Is he not going to speak? He did namaskar. You go this way. No, even before the person, hey, how are you? Finished. Now he cannot escape. So nice. It's not that you practice it. That comes out of a genuine sense of security, strength within himself. I am the happiness, the absolute. It happened when I remember when those days when I was in the organization, brahmacharis were going there, very popular boy, everybody likes it, but the people who are already old-timers, they don't like it because jealous. How can this fellow comes yesterday and suddenly everybody likes him? Hey, if everybody likes me, it's not my problem. I am who I am. If everybody likes me, what can I do? But because everybody likes me, somebody will hate me. Now what do I do? Just because everybody likes you, so somebody will hate you. How come everybody likes him? Nobody likes me. That's what you should ask yourself or others. If nobody likes you, should you ask the question to others or yourself? Why everybody likes him? Should you ask him or yourself? What is that in him which everybody likes? What is that in me which nobody likes? Instead of finding that, you blame people. People are blind. What? That you have something, a complaining nature, and everybody must adore you, right? It doesn't work. I cannot be rude to everybody, then tell people, why nobody likes me? Nobody will like you. Now, if you are rude to everybody, who is going to like you? So the person there will be some elderly people. It went through, I am telling you, life. So what happens when I am just passing as brahmachari? They will look through me because there are so many students, they will say, Swamiji, namaskar, namaskar, hari om, this, that, hello, I am moving around. Then I knew the Sphinx is coming. Sphinx means the fellow is fixed, He has fixed ideas, he is coming now. So the moment I know, so he'll be looking through me and going, because from the distance I can see that. Even now those faces come up in my head, Anyway, so the fellow will be coming, I know he'll be speaking, and he'll pass, right? So before he passes, how are you? Are you all right? It's very good. How is the day? Oh, wonderful. It's a very nice, beautiful program. Now what can they say? Yes, Swamiji, everything is fine. I say, finish. Let the eyes and go. Once he crosses me, let him have his again Sphinx. No problem. Who cares? But you don't allow. That's why Purvavasi. You don't have that sense of, insecurity that who is going to talk to me first. Am I the talk of the first one? No. You want to be somebody, reach out. Finish. Don't worry about it. You are happy with yourself, happy with everybody in the world. Like the breeze. The breeze does not deny himself to enter, breeze doesn't enter into the nose of a criminal. The sunlight doesn't fall on the non-believer. No. You may deny everybody. You say there is no God, but the God takes care of you. Very simple as that. So such attitude, so no superior, inferior, especially by birth, if you consider yourself superior, you are the dunce, absolutely dunce. Just because you are born to a family, it means nothing. You must make your mind beautiful. Oh, I am the disciple of so-and-so. How does it matter? It's like I am the follower of this religion, I am the follower of great religion. The religion is great, but what about you? I am the follower of a great man, the person is great. What about you? I am the citizen of that country. Yes, that's right, but you are a thief. You may be the citizen of a great country, but you are a thief, so you are finished in the prison. Simple. Therefore, observe. So those who thus see it for themselves, that there are, these four divisions are possible. Sattva, Rajas, Sattva Pradhana, Raja Upasarjana, Raja Pradhana, Sattva Upasarjana, Raja Pradhana, Tamo Upasarjana, then Tamo Pradhana, Raja Upasarjana. These are the four types of people. And these moods can exist. Sometimes you can be a Brahmana, sometimes you are like a Kshatriya, sometimes you are like a Vaishya, sometimes a Shudra. Therefore, do not condemn a person to one, this or that. Everybody is beautiful. With that attitude, and Bhagavan says, hey, so this division, from where it comes? Tasya kartaram api chamam vidhi. Understand me to be the one who has brought these divisions. Listen carefully. Very beautiful. Brought these divisions. Also, akartaram iti vidhi. No, I am no way responsible for it. Simple example. Wealth is the cause, listen carefully, wealth is the cause for the differences in the society. Very rich, mega rich, rich, middle class, lower middle class, poor. Who is responsible for these divisions? Money, isn't it? Because of the wealth, more wealth, mega rich. Less wealth, rich. Manageable one, middle class. Less than manageable, poor. Very poor. Why? Wealth. If you have it or don't have it. So wealth as though is responsible for these divisions. Yet, wealth by itself is not responsible for anything. It's the human beings who are creating the division, not the wealth. Are you getting that? Exactly the same way, consciousness. From its own standpoint, there is no division. Happiness. From its own standpoint, there is no division. Somebody looking for happiness in something, somebody looking for God in something, then you create the division. You're looking for happiness in something or division. You are looking for happiness in different moods of your mind. Then Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic, all these divisions will be there. But in reality by yourself, you are neither Sattvic, nor Rajasic, nor Tamasic. No moods, no type of thought can ever affect you. That is, when you are happy with yourself, you are happily sattvic, because certain times you need to be sattvic. Listen carefully. Certain times you need to be rajasic. Certain times you need to be tamasic. Huh? What, I have to need to be tamasic also? Yes. You want to plan to sleep, tamas must overtake. Bright mind, 10 o'clock, go to sleep. Straight from a beautiful, high power, intellectual deliberation, go to sleep. Fall asleep, let us see. You cannot fall asleep. Either because you are bright, sattvic, or rajasic, worried, anxious, insecure, fall asleep. Why restless mind cannot fall asleep? Tamas doesn't overtake. That is the time you want to drink something, bring in tamas. Do something, bring in tamas. Something you must do so that your body is tired, mind is tired, because you must be tired to go to sleep. Tamas you must have to bring. So don't say tamas is bad. Huh? Everything is needed. Tamas is needed. Rajas is needed. Sattva is needed. You are happy to be sattvic, happy to be rajasic, happy to be tamasic, or any other combination also. So everything is beautiful. See the beauty, sir. As long as you're under tamas doesn't affect somebody, you're under rajasic, agitation doesn't affect somebody, you be restless. But don't induce restlessness in others. Are you getting that? You are restless about somebody, something. Be restless. That's your privilege. But don't induce your restlessness on other person. Like suppose this. Suppose I have got to, just what example can I give you? Suppose I am very restless that I must go to Madras. Just take an example. I am very restless. I want to go to Madras. So from the day of morning itself, I am restless. You know, I am not a very conscious person. I am very restless. Oh, Madras, I must go. Then you are coming. Hey, you know, I am going to Madras today. Yeah. Do you have anything to do? Do you want anything to do? No, okay. When are you coming? Are you free? Are you coming to Madras with me? The whole world must know you are going to Madras. Okay. Then I say, hey, suppose I tell office, can you get one taxi for me also? Yes, right. Then every 2 minutes, can you get a taxi for me? What happened to the taxi? Did you bring the taxi? The taxi didn't come. 5 minutes already late. Huh? You understand? Your restlessness are inducing in others. Then you go to the kitchen. 11 o'clock I have to go back to the Madras. 10:30 I have to have food. 10:29. Food is ready? Not ready. Oh my God. Oh my God. Food is not ready. 10:29. 10:29. Are you getting that? And 10:31 it comes up as a food is ready. They are looking for you, are not there. Sir, we are looking for you, are not there. I came here for 5 minutes, was not there. Okay, then eat. Then how quickly you are eating? Throwing. It's like a machine. Are you chewing? Swallow. 2 minutes. Put it ready. Then you go there because you are, the driver has gone somewhere. You come out and the car is there but the driver is not there. Where is he gone? He has gone for somebody. Which as much you are rajasic, that much he is tamasic. As much you are restless, that much he is very, very lethargic. So he has gone for some job somewhere. So then your blood pressure is up. Oh, the driver is gone. So by the time you leave, by the time I leave for ashram, Madras, now the whole ashram is under activity. Yet there are other people, they exist, nobody even knows they are doing something, but they are doing so much. Like nature. Did you see the nature pushing the flower to bloom this morning? Yesterday, the flower did not bloom in the rose garden. But today morning, all roses are bloomed. Are you seeing this jasmine being pushed from inside? No, but evening, everything is open. Are you pushing the mango from inside? They have become big and they're ripe. Nature works so quietly, so effective. But a human individual, restless, rajas. Yet sometimes, therefore, everybody, sattvic. The house is on fire. Oh, house is on fire. Tamas, Gaur tamas. It doesn't register. Your house is on fire, oh, immediately will jump. Other house is on fire, it's all right. Please, please. How much can I talk? You can go on describing. This is why now it will say, hey Arjuna, Namam Kar. So in one way, I am the one responsible for it. It's like telling, in one way, the Madras is responsible for your restlessness. Why? Because you have to go to Madras. So Madras is responsible. But in reality, Madras is responsible. You are responsible. Same way. All these divisions are dependent upon the individual, the absolute. Yet, the absolute is not responsible for any division because human individuality destroys it all. Are you getting that? Therefore, know me to be the responsible, yet at the same time, I don't create any division whatsoever. Why? Namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spruha. Hey Arjuna, mam ishwaram karmani na limpanti. No actions. Dehadi arambhagatvena ahankar abhavat. Because ahankar abhav, because of the individuality, I is not there. Karmani na limpanti. Karma does not touch me. Because the very two things they say, phala abhisandhi. Phala abhisandhi means expecting the result, and ahankara yuktena karma bandhanam bhavati. Action becomes a bondage because of the two things. Either because of the presence of the individuality or because of the expectation of the result. Suppose you expect a result expect a definite result of an action, that shall be binding. And if you are there to expect it, that also will be binding. Either of the two. For your sake, ahankara yoga, because the ahankara, individuality is there, every action will be a bondage. Look, suppose I am doing it for your own sake. I am bringing the flower. I am bringing this, you are doing a puja. I am bringing the flower, why? As you are doing a puja, I bring the flower. Then somebody says, you should not have brought this flower. Okay. You walk out. Are you getting that? Suppose your attitude is, something is being done, therefore I am giving. So they say, you should not have brought this flower. Thank you. Take the flower and go. Not hurt. You don't feel hurt. Or, thank you so much for bringing this flower. Thank you. Right. Neither feel it. Because you are not there. But suppose there, I am bringing this flower. So somebody says, you brought this flower? Should not bring this flower. Huh? Yes. Without your individuality, you cannot get affected. Either feel pampered or feel disgraced. You feel insulted or praised. It's all because of the individuality. Then the action becomes a bondage. Or phala abhisandhi. You keep the result. If I do this, this will come. Doesn't come, affected. Comes, elated. Ishvara, no such thing. Name karma phales, karmani na lippanti. No action affect me. Why? Because, please see, when I am acting, think, my own body, papa or punya? Bad or good? Bad or good? When you are the actor, you are the action, nothing bad, nothing good. You hit it. Your tongue, when you are, listen, your own tooth bites your tongue, do you knock the tooth? Huh? When your own tooth bites your tongue, do you knock it? Sometimes while walking, your own leg will touch the other leg and you may fall. Sometimes it can happen. So do you break your leg? No. But suppose somebody else's leg touches you, can you not see? I'm sorry. Still you will not take it because you fell down, no? Suppose your own dhoti went this way, that way. Your own shirt went this way, that way, and you fall down. Will you get up and hit yourself? No. Can you have that attitude? Don't take to extremes. So, I take my money from this packet to this packet, no problem. So, but somebody takes my money from his packet, I am he one and the same, so from my packet, his packet. So, he is not a thief. Don't talk nonsense. This is not idealistic rubbish. So, people say, oh, everybody is one and the same, so I can take your money. Hey, don't do that. These are all perversion. Understand the roles very, very clearly. When Ishvara says, Namam karmani limpanti, naturally, he alone is. Same thing happens to the individual. Karmani mamnam limpanti. Why? Individuality is not there. I am not there to be. If I am looking for happiness, therefore doing bondage, out of happiness when I do it, there is no sense of bondage. Nama karma phala spruha. There is no spruha, no trishna. Karma phala trishna is not there. Result of action doesn't touch me. Iti, Bhagavan says, yo mam abhijanati, whoever he may be, one who knows me like this, shapi karma bina vidyate. He also doesn't get affected. If he knows what is the nature of God, karma bina sabadyate. He also doesn't get affected by it. Why? For him also, name karma phale spruha, namam karmani limpanti. If Ishvara is unaffected, something also is I. Because when he say, in his I am lost. Are you getting that? In eye of the God, in the totality of the... How do you understand that language? In his I. When he says I, can I stand apart? So where am I to be affected? As well devotion. This is Ishvara. Karma Yoga. Ishvara arpana buddhi, Ishvara. Everything is His. You don't say that in so many words. It's all is yours, all is yours. You may say that. Speaking is not the goal. You're being one with it. Ishvara. When he says, I don't exist. And like president, the king says, I, nothing. Everybody is included. Shankara says in Bhagavad, Vivek Chudamani, Rajyam Narendrasya Bhattasya Ketaka Tayorapohe Naraja Navatta. The king owns the whole kingdom. The village chief owns a village. So the village chief says, I am the village chief. The king says, I am the king. With the kingdom, he is king. With the village, he is village chief. If you take away the kingdom from the king, and the village from the village chief, tayorapohe, between the two, when both are gone, kingdom is gone, village is gone, na raja na bhatta, neither he is a king, nor he is a bhattar. Both are two human beings. Consciousness with the entire empire of the universe, Ishvara, with one body, Jiva. When you take away the Jiva, one body, and the totality, na Jiva na Ishvara, Aham Brahmasmi, Brahmaiva Aham, the only pure consciousness, Nirguna Brahma, absolute. Total form, ocean. Individual form, wave. Water alone is existing. No ocean, no wave. Say water, say ocean, no problem. But let not the wave feel independent of ocean or water. Say Brahman, say Ishvara. Say Nirguna Brahma, say Saguna Brahma. Don't say I. Independent at any time. Part of. Inseparable in consciousness, inseparable in all forms. Therefore, action does not bind. Are you getting that point? Having told this, listen. Evam gyatva krutam karma purvairapi mumukshuvihi kuru karmaiva tasmatvam purvai purvataram krutam kim karma kima karmeti kavayopyatra mohitaha tatte karma pravakshami yadgyatva mokshase subhat. Karmano hyapi bodhavyam. Bodhavyam cha vikarmanah. Akarmanasya bodhavyam. Gahana karmano gatihi. Having known this, evam gyantva, purvairapi mumukshubhihi karma krutam. Having known this, even in ancient time, people desirous of liberation have acted. They have continued to act on in life with right attitude. Tasmat, hey Arjuna, tvam api karma kuru. Therefore, you also fight the battle with the right attitude. Why? Purvai purvataram krutam. Not only you, for generations people have done with right attitude and have been liberated. Why should I do it? Very nicely Shankara comments, that take that line. Where is the last one? Purvai api anustitatvat. Why? Anatmajnatvam tada atmasuddhyartham. Yadi anatmajna. If you are a person na atmajna, if you janati gya, atmanam janati, atmajna, atmanam na janati, anatmajna. One who does not know himself, such a person, anatmajna. Suppose you are a person who do not know yourself, you know yourself, tada atmasuddhyartham karma guru. To prepare your mind, may you act on in life consciously. How shall I act on? According to your guna and karma. According to your guna. Do not identify with yourself, oh, I am a very sattvic person. No. You have to go beyond this sattva, rajas, tama activity. Meaning, no reaction to the result of the action, and therefore, there is no agitation of any kind inside. Intolerance. Neither there is a craving for the result of the action, nor there is a disappointment when the result doesn't come. Atmasuddhyartham karma guru. So you have a purpose in acting. It is not simply acting for living, but while acting for living, listen, because if I do not act, my living will be impossible. Therefore I act in living. But while acting for living, it gives me likes and dislikes, and therefore makes it impossible for me to know myself. So if the whole purpose is known, while acting for myself, I know ragadvesha is created, and I want the absolute happiness. Now action will not take me there. So what shall I do? Act on. Because I was expecting happiness out of the result of action, I was feeling disappointed or elated. Now I act on, no more expecting happiness from the result of action. Because I am now heard, happiness is myself. Therefore I act on. As a result, thoughts are expressed. But I accept the result as it is. So no reaction to the result of action, counteracted. In that state, I myself. Therefore, if you are anatmagya, if you don't know yourself, atmasuddhyartham karma guru. Act on to prepare your mind. Tattva vichet, loka sangrahartham. Tattva vichet, if you know the truth, if you are aware of yourself, loka sangrahartham. For the sake of the humanity, you act on. Why? Wise man, inactive, will send a wrong message. People may think, they may connect inactivity with the wisdom. Therefore, act on. Loka sangra. For your sustenance, as well as for the other's sake. Karma tasmat kuru. And because of your karma, please understand, because of your karma, you will not be bound by this karma. Okay? You will not be bound by this karma. And according to your karma, depending on your attitude, you shall be a Brahmana, or a Vaishya, or a Kshatriya, or a Shudra, that type of thing. But in reality, who you are is not a Brahmana, not a Vaishya, not a Kshatriya, not a Shudra. No division. Yet, having seen the truth for yourself, depending on your guna and karma, sometimes you are a Brahmana, sometimes you are a Vaishya, sometimes you are a Kshatriya, sometimes you are a Shudra. So, what is the caste division? Are you getting that point? Please see that. Tasmat karma kuru. Why shall I do that? Because, Arjuna, we shall see in the afternoon. Very simple one, but beautiful. This you must do. Because, kim karmeti, kim akarmaiti, Okay, you're telling karma guru, karma guru, karma. What is this action? He says, what can I tell you? What is this karma? What is akarma? Kavayo petra mohita. What is right and wrong? Even wise people are deluded. Tatte karma prabhu. I shall explain to you what this karma is, knowing which you shall get out of the ignorance and its limitation. I'll explain what karma is. Let us stop with that. So what is that? We shall see in the afternoon. Okay? They say, so that you know, action does not bind. You get bound. Like perception doesn't bind, you get bound. Thoughts do not bind, you get bound. Therefore, you want to understand the complexity of the action, first understand the actor, individual. Roles don't bind. Are you getting that? Does the mask get fitted into your life, or you try to tie the mask? Mask is fixed to your face. Face is face. You put the mask and you don't want to get out of it. Now what can I do? You take up a role and you are stuck on it. What can the role do? That is why everything is a role. Holiness also is a role. Huh? I will see that. Holy role, huh? That is a holy rollers. The fellow is, oh, I am a holy man. Because you have divided between holy and unholy. Good and bad. No. Absolute means untouched by these relative considerations. When you see that, nothing touches you. But what is that action? In action, all these things we shall see in the afternoon. Right. Please understand. Know that, friends. Action doesn't bind. The actor gets tied down. Roles don't overwhelm. You drag the role onto yourself. When you are yourself, no role touches you. No action binds you. No thought touches you.